Welcome, friends, to the book of Syncretism. So, this is for the lovers of syncretism, the true, hardcore, or real students of the science of all things. And today I'm making this live on Christopher Campbell's channel. So it will be available on YouTube. It will be available on YouTube, and it's going live there now, and this is for Patreon. And the rest of the series, which will occur every Tuesday, will be private for all the Patreon members. So this one's going to be public. I'm making this public because I want the general public to know what they should know in the private rather than on social media. So and this way, in so doing, only seekers of truth will be here for these presentations that are vital. I'm going to release syncretism in a way more perfected way than I have ever done in the past. And I welcome any one of you who are serious students of syncretism to write your own book. Write your own book. Take notes, because what you're about to learn is what you should be little children should be learning in kindergarten. Okay, but it will expand your consciousness beyond what people who have tuition have. You will have, with this kindergarten lecture, you will have more consciousness than the people who have tuition, because people who have tuition do not have intuition. This book of syncretism that will be based on the Sam Best method. I won't explain what the Sam Best method is right now, but that can be discussed in further episodes. So today what I'm going to do is I've chosen 4 motifs that are universally accepted and acknowledged amongst thousands that I could have chosen. I chose 4: tree, word, apple, and root. Now, in all the mythologies, there's always a tree. Yeah? Sleeping Beauty ate the poisonous apple, or was that Snow White? Eve, the serpent on the tree. There's always this tree: the Babylonian tree, the Egyptian tree, the Mayan tree, the Tory, the tree. So I'm going for the top of the motifs that are undeniably rooted in one thing. dielectric magnetic universe which manifests electromagnetically. Okay? So we have three things: dielectricity, black light; magnetism, white light; and electricity, red shift, blue shift. This is why I have red and blue over here. And my wave is red and blue. That's electricity. Now, the second theme is word, the word of God. Yeah, that's better. Okay, it's hard to do this when it's in reverse. So, word, the word of God is a common motif. Allah. That means essentially, the spoken word of God, Allah, God. Palabra, we're going to find it rooted in the torus field. Okay? The the hyperboloid torus field. The apple. I've chosen the word apple for today's introduction, and the word root. Okay, so apple, that's a no-brainer. Eve ate the apple. Adam, but it's Adam's apple, isn't it? No, Eve's. Yeah, but Adam ate the apple as well, and it got stuck in his throat. So whose apple really is it? Adam's atom or Eve's atom? Apple. Okay, and that's and these are just four no-brainers. The list goes down infinitely. And I can prove to you that every word, everything, every science, and every field of human knowledge is rooted in this, the center of the hyperboloid torus field. You'll have to excuse me as this is the first one. So I thought yeah, that's better. But I don't like that it's so low. Okay, well, that shall not be an obstacle. So the Egyptians said that all is atum. And atum is the Egyptian word for Adam. Because T and D are interchangeable. And M and N are interchangeable. L and R are the most important of all the interchangeable letters. They are the twins in the Garden of Eden. These letters are red shift, blue shift. You will find that rot means red in German. And the hyperbola, you see, excuse me, see the Adam, and the hyperbola let's do it that way, shall we? Remember, all the sorry, I need a cameraman. Yep. I think this is working. Okay. So what I'm giving you is the three components these three dudes, they turn up in theology, astrology, they turn up in every field. This is the Holy Trinity. Okay. Adam, you could say that this is Eve, and you could say this is her red first son, Cain, which means red. So what we're going to find is that, as Walter Russell taught, if you want to understand the universe, the secret of the universe lies in the wave. So obviously all you syncretists know that, oh, that's good. I can sit down. All you syncretists know that a lot of my past presentations have been based on Walter Russell and Ken Wheeler, Frank Chester and Stan Tenen. They are the big four that my go-tos. Okay, so if you don't know who they are, well, you need to. I always say to people, apart from my work, Ken Wheeler's, Frank Chester's, Stan Tenen's, rest in peace, and the other one I mentioned, which I forgot. Okay, so let's introduce this without starting the book. The book will be chapter 1 will be next week, and it will be called The Start. And the start is the same root as star, okay? This is why you are a youngster, a minister, a mister, a sister, a spinster, fraudster, jester, gangster, pastor, minister, rock star, superstar, movie star, imposter, disaster. And we all have ancestors. So that's why we're going to go to the start next week. This is the introduction, because this is kindergarten. Not in a degrading way. I'm not trying to be derogatory in that. I'm stooping down to be simplistic and whatever. I'm not trying to complicate things. People like to they either see the forest and not the trees, or the trees and not the forest. Okay. This simple teaching, basically, if you get the teachings of the simple basic teaching, all is atum, and that's what I decided to do in 2014. I was reading a book by it was about etymology, esoteric words of etymology. I forget who the. I always talk about this guy. Anyway, it'll come to me. And in the book, he really hearkened, hammered the point about atom and all is atom, and that atom means indivisible, and that's a no-brainer, because Tom means twin, red shift, blue shift. Thomas the twin, and a privative makes it one. See, that's a twin. Now that's one. For instance, A is one. Just give me one tick here. Okay, so we're going to use numbers and letters and see how all is atum and why that's so significant. The 20th letter of the alphabet isn't it interesting that the 20th letter of the English alphabet should actually begin with a T? So we give it a 2, don't we? So let's count the alphabet, shall we? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, U. So that's 21, which is 3. M is the 13th letter, which reduces to 4. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10, which equals 1. Let me see if my... Yeah, see, is everyone seeing that? Please leave this video. Okay, everyone's... Yes, good. Okay. So all is atum means all is one. Atom means one. Thank you, Greek philosophers. Okay, so you think that's a coincidence, Sammy boy? Okay, well, what about Adam then? Let's try Adam. Hmm. 1, 4, 1, 4. Well, you say, well, hang on a minute, but that's really 13. All right, well, let's do 13 as well. Let's include 13. 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4 equals 10. The fingers, the 10 fingers, equals 1. 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3. Oh, sorry. So let's go 1 plus 4 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 13 is 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 10 is 1. So we've got all these atoms and a dude called Adam, and he's all alone in the Garden of Eden until Eve turned up. The atom, he was happy, all by himself, all his atom, and then this woman with curves everywhere, splendid. There she was in the Garden of Eden. Okay, I'm just playing around. No, I'm serious. All right, so, and there are many other fascinating things, people. What about the word man? We've already done that. We can do the 13, and we can do the 14. It doesn't matter. It's so we've got excuse me. 4, 1, 5. The reason I'm doing this slowly, this is very important. I'm going to go through a lot. I'm going to do all of it. DNA. Well, then so does Dan. The lost tribe of Dan, living on the Danube. What were the Irish? What were the ancient Irish legends of the Danatu people? What was that? Everybody's got a legend about the Dan. I've got a list later on as we go, as we write the book of etymology, let's call it syncretism. We're going to see all this. Oh, and we've got and. That's another one. Anagram and. Ah, yes, Andrew. Andros, the man who has DNA, whose name is Adán in Spanish. Interesting. 1, 1 equals 1. it all equals 1. And that's this fellow here who makes this DNA. Now, I've got a list here. I'm looking at the list because I don't usually have no. I don't usually look. These are all the notes that I prepared, guys. Let me see. I said, all right. What am I going to talk about as the introduction? What are the main themes? Tree, word, apple, and root. But the list, as I said, that's it. So we're seeing all this. Okay. So this is a short list. I don't want to do all of it. Here are the others, guys. Share screen. That's going to be hard to do. So. Okay, back there. All right. Eden equals 1. No, it doesn't. Yes, Eden. 5, 4, 5, 5 equals 19 equals 10 equals 1. Eden equals 1. The Garden of Eden. This is the Garden of Eden, guys. This is Adam. This is always atum. Thank you, Corpus Hermeticum. Thank you, Greeks. Thank you, Solon and Thales, Socrates and Pythagoras, Plato, and all the Neoplatonists who spoke about the atom. Thank you. Thank you. And all of those who worship Baal. You see, because the hyperbola means hyperthrust. You see, we get here ballistics. Ballistics, hyperthrust. Because what happens, you see, is when energy, conscious energy from counter space when its mind projects its thought waves, it is dwelling in black and white light, dielectricity and magnetism. When white light is split, you see, this black dot is actually the white light. They are one and the other. That's why, quite simply, because we're in kindergarten, remember? Okay. And then, of course, there is the other subjective, objective, subjective. On the Pepsi logo, the South Korean flag, etc., etc. red shift, blue shift. You see, when white light is split in a prism, you get a rainbow that comes out of the other side. But the first two lights where am I supposed to go? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, good. You can see everything. Good. So the first two lights, when white light is projected through a prism, rainbow, redshift is the first, the color red is the first frequency that comes from this splitting of white light. And Walter Russell explains all this. But he says at the same, very, very, very same instant as this happens, blue shift occurs at the same time. Because this energy is radiating and this energy is gravitating. And so this is borrowing from this. This is red Cain killing blue Abel. This is the red, what do they call them in Star Wars? The red, the black Siths or whatever, the Siths, against Luke Skywalker with the blue lifesaver, right? This is the war between Satan, the red devil, and whoever, Krishna, the blue Christ. You see, why is Krishna always blue? Because he's stoned on mushrooms. I don't know. Well, it's because his partner, Radharani, she's always red. Or he's black or he's white. So we have a white Jesus and we have a black Jesus. Ooh, problem. And we have a black Madonna and we have a white Madonna. Whoops. Over in Mexico, we have a Virgen de Guadalupe, and she's, I don't know, white, black. She's got a very European-like nose. So, we have a black Krishna and we have a white Radharani or a golden Radharani. It's the same thing. Golden light, white light, and eventually green light. Because scientists and physicists know that as soon as white light passes through the prism, first is red light, then blue, then green in the middle. And this is why we have in our printers RGB, red, blue, green, because this becomes green. But it is also associated with this white light, which is truly its golden light, because white light is all the colors of the rainbow. Once you split these two, red shift, blue shift begins, and the physical world begins, and the Garden of Eden. So Eve wasn't evil. She evened things out. She is the mother. The mother is the wave. So basically, theology is science. This basically what we're going to be learning is wave theory. Simple. And we're going to learn about the ecliptic, which astronomers well know. They have to know. In your sky apps, you've got astronomical and astrological apps. Therefore, this is rooted in science, but it's also rooted in the ancient theologies. You see, that virgin there that I pointed to before, her name was, get this, Tonantzin. Yep. Sorry, Virgen de Guadalupe. You see, when the Spaniards came, she was Tonantzin forever. Funny about that. And her husband, her consort, Nagual, Nagual is black light in Mexico. I forget, that'll come to me in a minute. But her consort is Tonatiuh, Tonantzin. And they changed the name to the Virgin of Guadalupe. And I went there 4 years ago and did a live, and I mean, it's out there, I guess, somewhere on someone's channel, hopefully. That picture is so ancient that when the Spaniards arrived, they didn't know how it was even created. It's still not known how it was created. So, wow, Mexico's goddess is called that. And I think that equals 1. No, but you know what else does? God's enemies, the Edomites. You see, the Jews, they don't like the children of Esau. But that equals 1. 5 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4 equals 19 equals 10 equals 1. The Edomites. Oh, all right. Well, while I'm on the subject, let's go on. Did you hear that storm? What did the Greeks call him? How about that? All right, everyone still with me? Hare is rare. Yes, of course it is. this is this is rare. This is Hare, and this is Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Why do they say Hare Bol? Because it's the hyperbola, the torus field. Aha! Looks a little bit like Did I do atom correct? 1, 2, 4. So let's go with. Let me look. Okay. All right, guys. I lost my thought there. Does that look like you? Does that look like to you? A hyperbola? Let's go back to those words, guys. These are the 3 root words of the universe. These 3 words I will show in the introduction and in the subsequent. Let's go with bowl there. You can have bold, you can have blue. The letters are all interchangeable, but they still do influence whether. I don't even know whether I should go there at this stage. Whether the word has a more feminine connotation to it or root, or whether its true root is masculine. Generally, this will be masculine, this will be feminine. If we're going to go down that categorizing path, okay? And Tom is always the funny guy, you know, he's a bit by, yeah. He has a twin side to him. Sometimes he's a twin, and sometimes he's just a dude. But that is an atom, guys. Remember, we're in kindergarten here, okay? So this is what should be taught to little kindergarten children. The first form that they should know is this, because this is the cross. This is the cross. Oh no. Well, yeah, I do have a cross. I usually like to have a cross. Why? Because I'm into idols. No. Because that's the symbol of the science of the hyperbola. This is the first thing that should be taught to children. And the first letters should be these letters. And they should learn how T is interchangeable with D and M is interchangeable with N. This is well known in philology and linguistics and the science of language. I've been a linguist since the day I was born. So born bilingual. So by default. These are the three root words. This is the Holy Trinity, and what it is the torus field is what radiates out from here. You see, because this is a wave, and a wave must reach wave amplitude, because there's only so much energy exerted out. It has to then return back to balance. And then it returns back to the center, back to the black light. Blue goes to black. The flip side comes out red, white. White light comes out red. White light, red. Blue light gets sucked back into the black hole. This hole is everywhere. This hole that I'm pointing it to is everything. This is God, this is you, this is every atom that exists. This is every thought wave that ever existed. This is every emotion wave that ever existed. This is the porthole of all knowledge. This is the wave. This is the beginning of the wave. Time and space. Time-space is this toroidal field. And this is why you have a torus, a torso. Yeah. And isn't it funny that the down at the bottom of your torso, you have a red chakra. And in your throat, you happen to have a blue one. Nah, just kidding. I made all that up. I'm making this up. So, it's... Oh, and remember we said that the third color in your RGB printing cartridges, RGB, red shift, blue shift, green. You see, Adam and Eve, they had 3 children, Cain and Abel and Seth. Right? Yeah. That's the heart chakra. You see, in your torso, you can look this up. Anyone can do this. Remember, this is kindergarten, okay? We're in kindergarten. So get on your laptops, children, and punch in, please, torus field. Google images, and then put human torus field. And you will see the apple, the tree, the torus, tree, which is backwards for root. Torus field is the root. This is the root of all things. So I'm aiming for the four most palatable, universal motifs that everyone recognizes. This is, even in kindergarten, they started to. In Bible school, as a Jehovah's Witness, I learned about the Word of God. I learned about Adam and Eve. I remember my mother teaching me, even at home, in the Bible. And I learned all those stories about Samson since I was 3. And so these motifs have always been in my consciousness and in my subconscious, right? So, to be a syncretist, you need to have good cross-discipline and universal comparative knowledge to draw from. This has to be scientific, and it has to all fit together like a watch. The watchmaker doesn't put all the little bits together. The watch simply will not work. And here, nothing will not connect. It will all connect in all fields of knowledge. Here, you'll be enlightened on astrology, numerology, atomology, etymology, you name it. Everything is rooted in this. This is the apple in the Garden of Eden. Remember, Eden was one. Do you know what all the Slavic people have as the number one, folks? Do you know what they have? Yeah, and that's Russian. Yeah, you heard of a guy called Woden? Yeah. That in all of Russia means the number one. And Jadan, which they say Yadan, Adam, remember Adam's apple? Funny, isn't it? Of the whole Slavic world, that happens to be the number one. We just saw the other ones: Eden, Atum, Adam, man with 10 fingers. So let's have a look at his torso, shall we? Here we have a more orange colored chakra, the sixth. Here we have yellow, the solar plexus. And then the blue is the throat chakra. And then here we have indigo and violet. Okay, so isn't that interesting that these two characters always turn up? How did the torso know that the Taurus field is redshift, blue shift? Why didn't green start here and then let's say indigo here? Perhaps, I don't know, yellow would be nice here. Switch it up a bit, Nope. Just like that, we have this Taurus torso. And that is Adam. That's the one. This is one thing. This is an atom. It's an apple. It's the Word of God. How is it the Word of God? Wow. Well, you see, if the hyperbola as we're going to see later on in the share screen of my presentations, as we're going to see, this is the hyperbola, which in the Tamil language is called the Mahabala. We will find that letter B is the beginning. You see, in Hindu, God is Bhagavan, a B. B is one of the letters. The letter D is as well divinity. The letter T is as well Theos. And there are other letters, but B is always prominent, and it's Baal. This is Baal, right? and Tor, you see. But I call it the bull and the Tor because bull is a male of the ovines, and the Toro is the male of the ovines in English. Toro, bull, red bull, blue bull, red blood, blue blood, red pill, blue pill, roses are red, violets are blue, Republicans are red, Democrats are blue. Yeah, red for little boys, for little girls, blue for little boys, red siren, blue siren, red tap for hot, blue tap for cold, just in case you forget now. But if you're colorblind, well, you might get burned. Sorry, all the colorblind people, if you can't see the red tap color and the blue tap color. But there's a lot of red and blue going on, isn't there? Red blood, blue blood. Yeah. Red pill, blue pill. Red shift, blue shift. And it's interesting that they polarize people with red Democrats, Republicans, and red Republicans and blue Democrats. Yeah? But it's all coming from here. The chain of command, you see. So what we find is these three letters, words, are in every language. They turn up everywhere. Why in English do we have so many words that end in bull? Abel, Cain's brother. Remember, it all goes back to the hyperbola and the torus field. Time, chronos. You can see the sand, the hourglass here. This is time. Wave amplitude. This is space. Wavelength. But this is always turning up in languages. Abel was capable, reliable, considerable, stable, reprehensible, capable, dependable. Bull just turns up everywhere, doesn't it? And so does God. You know, like the creator, the actor, the presenter, distributor, enactor, reactor. It looks like language is trying to tell us where it's coming from. And it already knows. You see, if you want to know the root of a word, you go to a book or a study, a field of knowledge called yeah. Well, the Greeks, etimos, etimus and etimos in Greek means truth. Well, so if you want to know the truth about a word, like the word planet, for instance, it's funny how people resist that the Earth could possibly not be a flat plane when we call it a plane. Yes, but that doesn't mean plane. What does it mean? An egg, a frog, a flower, a hippopotamus. It means plane. It's planet, plane. It's right in the word. You see, this is how the English language that is distributed among the proletariat is legalese. That's how they control them. They're not teaching English. I'm teaching English. Etymology. Etymology is etymology, which, by the way, is a study. Etymology is a science. Of course it is. It has to be. Well, etimus or etimos, I forget which one what it is, but one means the truth in words. Yeah, well, remember. Yeah. That there are two famous Greek endings Oh no, there are three. So they basically mean the same thing. Like astrology as opposed to astronomy. Alchemy. Yeah, anyway. Essentially, I wanted to focus on that. So my mind's this is distracting me basically, but these are the three endings, and this is basically just means logos, the word. So etum essentially means word. Truth in words. Okay, so all right, so the three words. And we're going to see the list in the PowerPoint presentation as well, of much more of these words and how important they are. I've got information in there about the Aboriginals of Australia's languages. I've got lots and lots of slides and presentations. I've done Egyptian, I've done Hebrew, I've done Japanese. I've got every single language. Every single language. There's no... Of course, people have been contacting me for years now, 10 years, decades, over a decade, sending me information when I started doing the theme of All Is Atom in 2014, reading the book. The book was by Alvin Boyd Kuhn. You've got to read this book, okay? You must. That's what got me onto All Is Atom, and that's what got me to remember. All I had was there was a time from when I started in 2011. I knew about the torus field, but I never used it in any of my presentations up until 2014. That's when I added the whole thing, the torus field, in the sine wave. I just looped it around, and then everything came together. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these slides now, shall we? Because I think it's time to prove how true it is that there is only these three words, and this is black and white light. It's twin, but this is not. This is Cain and Abel. This is Moses and Aaron. This was blue Jacob and red Esau, the Edomites. Okay? Look at that. Mother. Oh boy. Atom backwards spells mother. Oh boy. Shouldn't have noticed that, really. Kind of spoils the God with the white beard like me concept. Would that be because Adam is in fact a madam? Remember the now you can't make this up. Remember the Hyperboreans bore is, remember, R and L are interchangeable. You might as well call them the Hyperboreans. Before them came the Polarians. That's the pole. That's the polarization. Pole. That's the obelisk. Yeah, that's him. That's the dick. I had to put it bluntly, but that's the dick. And this is the womb, yeah, and the Vesica Pisces. And it always will be. Phallus. Bale. That's the bull. And that's the Torah. The Bible and the Torah. I'm going to read the Torah today. Torah. Tomorrow I shall read the Bible. Bull. You see, when you speak in hyperbole, you're speaking bull. Why don't I relax? Whoa. You see, this is Babylon. This is babbling on all the time. Atoms are always babbling on. Blah, 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 blah. Stop blowing air in the wind. Blow off. Blah, 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 blah. Barbarians. Remember, the R and the L are interchangeable, sweethearts. It can never, ever not be. It always has been and always will be. But so the barbarians are actually the Baal, the cannibals, babbling baloney. Oh, shut up with it, baloney. Baloney. But bell, the bell in the steeple. Read your Torah or your tarot. Do your tarot. All right, so let's share the screen, because how long have I been on for? I just lost the whole freaking stream of time. Is this live or a replay? It's live. It's going live for the first and only time. This is live on Christopher Campbell's channel. The link will be there. I don't know how many. Well, you're on it. All you people who are talking there, and then it will be also on my Patreon. And from the beginning of the book of writing, the book of Syncretism will begin next week. This is only a starting block, an introduction. It's a kindergarten introduction. I'm trying not to hurt anyone's brains, like, ouch, that's too not conceivable. I really don't want to hurt your heads. I've never had a headache in my life. I've only had one headache in my life. So, I feel sorry for all you guys, anyone who ever does, but I don't know. So this is not really interactive. Now let me how do I share my screen, Chris? There's Christopher. Uh, all right. Oh, there you go. Share screen. Oh, wow, this is good. Oh, it's a time. All right, guys. Now, Chris, can you please let me know whether that is working? Is everyone seeing that? I need a yes before I proceed. And can someone tell me how long we've been going? I want to make it 2 hours, right to the 2 hours, please. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, so there you go. Amber Moon, thank you. All right. So there it is, guys. Now, I've already been over this. I did this when I was with the Syncretism Academy 3 years ago. I released these things. And they're sort of stashed away now in the Syncretism channel, and then of course I lost my channel. So, but just take a shot of that, a screenshot, because I'm going to proceed forward, make a big leap forward because I've got my 4 motifs that I'm chasing here. Okay, we are chasing those: the tree, the word, the root, and the apple. Am I making shit up? Or am I really? Oh, okay, this is where we're going to start. Yeah, this is where we're going to start next week here. This is the beginning. The prima materia, rest and motion, black and white light. So this is the beginning. So get your notebooks out, guys. And if look, you're welcome. As I said, if you want to make a film, you want to write a book about this, or use this material, feel free. Just write it, get it out there. If you're following it, and. Okay. So, but I don't want to start there. I want to start right about. Here. Okay, so there's the tree, guys. All right. Walter Russell, he shows that. This is I think this is one of his. Look at that. Look at those 4 words on the left, please. Can you see how important? Yeah, guys, sign up for Patreon because next week's lesson ain't going to be on Christopher Campbell's site. It's going to be on their private, and we'll give you a link, I guess. But go to Patreon. The reason being, friends, if you really want to help me, the reason being is I'm trying to get out of the public, right? I want to go in the private, and I mean just private. I want to continue teaching syncretism because otherwise I'll go stale. I mean, every day I get downloads, and I can't afford that. So I've just got to do it privately because I don't want to do it publicly. I don't want to go out of my home to teach it anywhere. I can do it efficiently here. I have everything. So here we already have the tree. We are gonna actually go through every motif and every word and see that every word in every language comes from these 3 things: the tree, the word of God. Look at all these expressions here: to bellow, bell, to bowl, belabor, blather, blither, babble, bowl, bleat, boulderash, bray, blare, blaring. Oh, this is I deliberately made this red and blue to bluster. Stop blustering that wind, a bluster, wind bluster. Look at that blue star. Oh, bollocks, baloney, bilge, bulge, bulb, palave, parliament, parley, to talk, to blabber, to burble, parlay, parlance, parliament, parable, parlo, babble, belch. Sweethearts, undeniably, in many, many languages here, we have, in multiple languages, we have the word of God. This is the word of God, the hyperbola. It is Apollo. It is the apple. It is all of these words. Okay? Cain and Abel, it is able to apply, to appeal, appear, apis, serapis, hablar in Spanish. This is hablar, the apple, to be happy, to happen. Bala, Bala means Bala Krishna. We're going to see that in a minute. Cristobal, Abal, Abal, Caballo. This is the horse. Sagittarius, Caballo. This is everything. Guys, I'm going to show you that those three words are everything. Everything that you see around you, bar nothing, comes from Tom, Bull, and Tor. So who we got here? Apollo. This is Allah. This is the God Allah. Yeah. When you speak hyperbole, what are you doing? You're speaking bullshit. Bull. You ain't talking bull to me. Don't take no bullshit from no bullshit artist. Trying to be a cowboy from the 1800s or something. I don't know. Anyway, look at that. Anabolic and catabolic. To metabolize. You see, the hyperbola is everywhere, man. Look, to bolt. Oh, yeah. Balane, to throw. Hyperbola. You see, the Tamil word is Mahabali. And that's it. The bowl. Excuse me. Who put the W in there? Sorry. That's better. I mean, why would they do that? I mean, well, kind of makes sense because the W sort of is a double U. So it's a double U. So we have an O and a U. It's a bull. So it's two bulls and a bowl. Oh, shit. I like this word. Sorry, I'll retract my offensive remark toward you. Oh, holy letter W. Please accept my apologies. Forgive me. Oh, holy, most holy double U. you, you. All right, it's all here, guys. Read all this. Phallos. Oh, look, that's the dick. Dick. Man, that guy's a freaking dick. He always turns up. Yeah. Gee. He always. There he is. There he is. The Phallos. He's walking in. Here comes that Phallos guy. You know, everyone knows that guy. Arbol is a tree. Oh, in Spanish. Oh, and in Latin, it's arbor. Oh, in the Garden of Eden, they had to do labor, didn't they? Oh, isn't it funny that the middle part of your spine is called a lumbar? That's a tree, in case you didn't notice. Trunk, Taurus. Tree, Taurus. Tory, Taurus. Bowl, Tor, bowl. The Torah in the Bible, sweethearts. Blue shift, red shift. Oh man, I get so much junk mail, and it's all about, dumb shit like invest in a holiday paradise or something. Shut up. Okay, here we come to the twins, guys. These are what I call tauble words that are just irrefutable. Turbine. This is a turbine. Taurus bull. To travel, it's traveling. To travail, to work, it is working. Durable. Adorable. Oh boy, Adonis. You, honey. Eros. Tenable. Definitely. Tangible. Well, shit, yeah. It hurts when someone punches you. Their Taurus field is tangible like hell. Bell. Hell's bells. Table happens to have bull in it. Stable. Turbulence. Well, that'd be like a tornado, wouldn't it? Yeah, tornado. Yeah, turbulence. Tremble. Red shift, blue shift words. Oops, I've gone to the blue shift, red shift. Sorry. I'm trying to smoke some good tobacco and do this at the same time. Excuse me while I have a puff. So I'll do things properly. All right, so, bubble. Babylon. Babylon the Great. Babylon, London. Babel, London. Oh, look at this beautiful blue. This is just pure blue. Valuable. Are these valuable? I think so. Babble, Bible, tumble, terrible. This is not a terrible world, is it? Not in Gaza. It's paradise. Thimble. Oh, yeah, shit, yeah, people are thimble. Turmoil. Templar. You see, these are red shift, blue shift words, right? We're going to switch around now. These are the twins. So now we go to blue shift, red shift. Krishna and his butter. He's always making butter to make things better. He's battering that butter. He doesn't want bitter things. He wants better things. See, the sun is the perturbator. Look at that. There's the best word ever. It's got blue shift, red shift, followed by blue shift, red shift. Right there. Right there. I thought bolster and motor. were my best words, but this one's the best. This is now my best word for proving for proving that this language does exist. I'm going to show you, and I'm hoping that the gods will bless me to be able to do this every Tuesday, and this will be a volume. So I hope someone out there is really interested in doing something with it, because I'm giving it out to you guys for free. Bottom. Oh, look at that. Taurus bull. The bottom. Funny that. Potter. Harry Potter. Harry. Horace. See, this is the Horace, the hourglass. Time, space. Time, space. The S and the T. Why is the serpent always on the T cross? ST, ST, ST. And why is the serpent always? Why is the cross, the T, always accompanied with with an S? Because they're the last two words of the Hebrew alphabet. And many other reasons which you will see. So look at this, guys. Boulder, bluster, beaten, batten, builder, boulder, buttress, bolster, betray, bottle. This is a bottle. Genie in the bottle. Body, battle, butler, bolster. There you go. That's the word I said was one of my favorite words, but that's the best. And look at this. There it is, provably in many languages. In Italian, red. In German, that's rot, red, German. Russia, the red people, the red army. Rust is red. Roses are red. Wrath. I am red with rage. I'm sorry. Wrathful with. I'm red with wrath. Oh, rage is ra. Yeah, there you go. Redshift. See, certain words are more masculine than feminine. Rage is a masculine word. Okay, but it must also be feminine and neutral as well, and you will learn this. Bull, blue, bleu. Oh yes. Français, le bleu. Now here we have all the words that end in tor. Look at this. It's undeniable, guys. Why do we talk? It's all a story. We are the orators, the actors, the creators, the authors, the tutors, the motors, the rotors, the asters, the storm, the history, the plethora, the theory. Look at this. Our ancestors, attorneys. It's a store of gold. There's so many minerals, man. They're all looking for minerals and oil. It's a storehouse, Taurus field. Mentors, contractors, creditors. Try. Curator, doctor, grantor, inventor, janitor, restore, order, older, elder, altar, torture, victor, capacitor, culture, history, victory, factory, oratory. Those are redshift words. Here's blue shift. Herbal, tribal, global, verbal, cannibal, gimbal, symbol, blaze, oval, naval, festival, carnival. The feast of Baal, the flesh of Baal, carnival, the flesh of Baal. That's what it means. That's etymology, guys. Welcome to etymology, properly done. Revival, removal, medieval, drivel, valuable, able, capable, stable, tumble, humble, liable, noble, cable, table, Bible, rumble, capable, mumble, jumble, possible, viable, rebel, libel, babble, ruble. Many rubles. Yeah, that's the money of Ra, huh? Oh, remarkable. Mutable. Symbol. Ah, what did Manly P. Hall and Jordan Maxwell say? Rest in peace. Symbols. Ah, yes. Simple. See, look where it hides at the end of words. Ple. It's just because. Well, you'll understand why. Let's just keep it simple. Everything that is meant to be blue, I have colored blue. Everything that's meant to be red, I've colored red. I started doing this in 2014, guys. This is 10 years in the making. Look at the words that end in Tom. There you go. It is absolutely undeniable. I've done the Tor and the Bull words. Now I've gone back. I should have started with Tom. Let me shift this. See, I haven't been working on this for a long time. I should have started with these and then Tor and then Bull. Yeah, that was the order. Okay. All right. We should have started with atomic Tom. He's hiding there. The Greeks said everything's atomic, and it is. It's all atomic. Torus fields. Shem. Oh boy. Turns up everywhere, doesn't it? Congregation, nation, action, motion. I like that. Look at that word, motion. Whew. Tom and Tom twice. And look at this creation. Chronos, Rhea, red. Chronos stays black. Hang on, I've got to get that R in there. It is a work in progress, guys. So this is one way I can save some time. How do I make that bold? There you go. Look at that. I have always said that this word creation comes from chronos, time, Rhea or area, space, and Tom, the twin, form. Time, space, form, creation, creator. Actually, sorry, I should have. Wait a minute. Let's go back to. Where is it? Creator. Oh, shit. I better stick it in there. God, I can't believe it. Okay. So. Oh, what? Okay, I want that to be. Wow, look at that. That's probably one of the top 10 words a creator to meditate on, guys. I mean, that is just perfect. Look at that. Chronos, Rhea, and Thor, Jupiter, Jupiter. Of course, Saturn is to turn. Well, that's kind of coincidental. Saturn and Jupiter, Thor, Arthur, and his 12 Knigets. All you Monty Python fans will have got that one. Yeah, Creator. Look at that, Kronos, Rhea, and Thor, and Thor. Would that be the best word ever? Anyway, going back to look at all these words. Meant. There you go. An M and a T. Mentry. M and a T. Rent, sent. All these words have an M and a T or an N and a D. All of these words are ending words. All of them. Now, isn't that interesting, guys? And we will see that this happens in other languages. This is English is the best etymological language that exists. But I mean, I've done this. Man, I spent 8 full days all around Italy, Florence, Rome, Lucca, in 2013, doing this syncretism. So where was I going? Why did I say that? Oh yeah, because I did that in perfectly fluent Italian. A little rusty, but by the time I did 4 days in Florence, and then I went down to Rome. By the time I got down to Rome, some of the people that were in Florence followed and came to Rome, and they said, "Oh wow, you're speaking way better Italian now than you did in Florence." So, but they were recorded, and they're probably never going to see the light of day. But the one I did in Lucca has always been up for 10 years. So you can see me doing syncretism in Italian. You've seen hundreds of them in Spanish since I've been living in Mexico for 4 years. I've done syncretism in Mexico City. I've done it tens and tens of lectures at the academy at Puerto Morelos. I've done a presentation even in Tepoztlan, where right next to Amatlan, where Quetzalcoatl was born. I did a syncretism presentation, which is on my channel. It's this one here, guys. This one here was done in Tepoztlan. Look at this, guys. I'm banned from posting. That's why I haven't posted for a long time here. But yeah, come on, Spanish. Okay, Tepoztlan. Oh, and I've done hundreds in Spanish. I've done 7 or 8 in Portuguese, which probably will never see the light of day as well. And so, but English, that's the point. Okay, so I drifted. English is the best language, period. It's the best language. Come on, man. I want you guys to see that video. It was really good. And especially if anyone wants to learn Spanish. All these are talking. Is it in here?